Welcome back. It's John Pollock, John Ramdeen, and Robin Black. Earlier this week, the announcement was made. It shocked the world. American Idol is going to be shutting things down, leaving a huge void in the marketplace. And what better show to take its place than the biggest game show in the history of combat sports? It's time for those three magic words that I crave when I come to work. Wheel of Fighting! I really feel we need a live studio audience each week just for this segment. Let's spin the wheel, Vanna, and find out what topic we are going to discuss randomly, off the top of our heads. This is as real as it gets on Fight Night. Oh, I thought we were going to talk about soccer. UFC Hall of Fame pioneers. Yep. This easily ties into the recent announcement that the UFC is revamping their Hall of Fame. It's now going to be into 4 categories, one of which will be the pioneers category, meaning that you debuted prior to November of 2000, which is a significant month because that was when the unified rules were enacted in the state of New Jersey. So as you look at the pioneer era, I mean, what names come to mind, John, that make a lot of sense for this Hall of Fame? I have a number of them.
Well, I mean, Frank Shamrock is the name I think we would all talk about, and I have a feeling that Frank
For a lot of reasons.
For a lot of reasons. He was the undefeated middleweight champion. He was involved in so many great fights. Igor Zinoviev, you look at that fight with Tito Ortiz.
The Ortiz fight should be in its own category as a fight that went in. That was a very important fight.
That's why Frank Shamrock should be in the Hall of Fame, because of that fight with Tito Ortiz, the fact that he was UFC middleweight champion and he was undefeated as middleweight champion, and he really affected the mixed martial arts landscape. When we were down at AKA, Javier Mendez said, you know what, basically AKA came because of Frank Shamrock. He was one of the starting members, same with Brian Johnson and Javi. So when you have Frank Shamrock help create a team that now Daniel Cormier is part of, Cain Velasquez is a part of, Josh Thompson, Luke Rockhold.
And also moved to the Bay Area because a girlfriend of his moved there, and it ended up becoming the hotbed of mixed martial arts for a number of years, and where Strikeforce would place its roots.
But we may not see Frank Shamrock there, as we know, because the fight game is full of alpha males, and that attitude can carry over into the UFC and their management.
And that's my argument why he should be going in, because it immediately tells you that politics and BS is going to be thrown out the window. Frank Shamrock's going in. It's not because someone has a problem with Dana White or there's out-of-the-ring issues.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is no different, I assure you.
All right, let's spin the wheel for topic number 2.
Woohoo!
It's broken.
Ah, there it goes. I like the enthusiasm of the wheel of, I love that.
Yeah, soccer. Who are your World Cup picks? Oh, soccer kicks. Yay or nay? Okay.
All right.
Here's a conversation that to me is 10 years out of date. I say no. I think it's stupid, even the idea of introducing soccer kicks.
True, but
or practical.
When we were in Montreal, I talked to Matt Hume, and he says, you know, stomps, no, but soccer kicks and knees to the head of a down opponent, those make sense.
Yikes.
I can understand how visually people would look at this and say there's no place for them in MMA, but this is fighting.
I'm on both sides with you guys. No, because when I watch that, I know I want people to watch this beautiful sport, and I know we're turning some people away with that. But the purist in me wants to see the pure free fight, and with a free fight, that's headbutts, that's stomps, that's soccer kicks. I want to see how we truly develop martial artists who can solve all of those problems and find a way to win in that context. So I'd love to see that, but I'd also like to see a lot of people watching this sport, and I don't know if they want to see that.
We're talking about a sport that still isn't even legalized in every state in the U.S. And we're going to try and adopt soccer kicks.
It would be
I mean,
so
the
cool,
idea of even pushing that to me is just so far
True,
beyond
but baby
possible.
steps. You start with knees to the head of a downed opponent, let people get used to the idea, and from there you can maybe in the future.
0% chance of that happening. To hear more topics discussed, tune in every single Wednesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time for Fight News Now. Grab a date, sit back. It makes for a wonderful evening Wednesday nights on Fight Network.